Have you ever felt like someone was manipulating your emotions, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it? Chances are you're dealing with a narcissist, and what they're doing to you is they're gaslighting you. What's more, these narcissists are sneaky about it. They use gaslighting as a way to gain control over their victims, and sometimes it takes a long time for their victims to realize what's happening because they do it by breadcrumbing. So many people have experienced this, which is why we'll dive deep into this topic. In this video, we're going to uncover the subtle manipulation tactic of narcissists called gaslighting through breadcrumbing. This way, you can recognize it in your relationships and take the necessary steps to protect yourself. Before we dive in, let's talk about how you can tell if you're dealing with a narcissist. Of course, only medical professionals can give a formal diagnosis. But if you're feeling confused, second-guessing yourself, and always on edge whenever you're interacting with someone in particular, then that person may be a narcissist. That being said, narcissists love to ensure they have control over another person, and they often use gaslighting to do it. Gaslighting is a manipulative move that leaves you unsure about your relationship with the narcissist and your own perceptions. This is because it involves the narcissist twisting the truth so much that you start doubting your reality and memories. When it comes to gaslighting, one effective tactic that narcissists often use is called breadcrumbing. Generally speaking, breadcrumbing is where they'll string along by letting you experience their goodness and decency here and there, like throwing breadcrumbs to attract the birds. For instance, they'll be attentive one minute and act cold the next, even pretending as if you don't exist. And then suddenly, they'll go back and acknowledge your presence as if they did nothing wrong to you. Breadcrumbing is a tactic to keep you hooked and unsure about your relationship with them. It also makes it easier for them to manipulate you because they know that just when you're about to walk away, they can throw breadcrumbs at you to keep you coming back for more. Now, let's talk about how they use breadcrumbing to gaslight someone. First, they'll treat you the same way an owner whistles to make their dog come to them. A narcissist usually expects you to jump at their slightest show of attention. They might lure you in with promises meant to grab your interest. But once they get what they want, they often just ghost you and never follow through on those promises. Then, as part of their gaslighting, they'll brush you off, making you feel like you're either unnecessary or did something bad enough for them to dismiss you. But the truth is, they never actually intended to keep their promises. Their real aim was to lure you back and use you for their own benefit. For example, if they want to be with you, they might act super friendly, bring you all sorts of gifts, and whisper sweet nothings. But once they get what they want, they might just lose interest because they've already gotten what they came for. Second, they're consistently inconsistent with you. This is one of the more obvious ways of breadcrumbing to gaslight someone, and it's common in romantic relationships. Sometimes they seem genuinely interested and eager to hang out, perhaps initiating conversations and making plans with enthusiasm. Then, at other times, it's as if you don't even exist to them, ignoring messages or canceling plans without explanation. Also, their behavior can flip from respectful, where they listen attentively and engage meaningfully, to downright disrespectful out of the blue, acting dismissive or even rude. These are signs they don't see you as a real partner. Instead, they're treating you like a tool to use when it's convenient and then toss aside when they don't need you anymore. And when they show you their nasty side, they'll make you feel that you're to blame for their behavior, making you doubt yourself and apologize even when it's not your fault. By the way, make sure to subscribe if you've learned something new today. Third, it's become normal for them to ghost you. Narcissists have a knack for disappearing without a trace, even after things seem to be going well in relationships, business, or friendships. Just when you think you're clicking and everything's in sync, suddenly they disappear and you're left wondering, where did they vanish to? What went wrong? I thought we were totally in tune. This is because narcissists like to keep their options open about where their loyalties lie. They'll breadcrumb you, getting you hooked, and then, when they think they've found a better option, they'll vanish, leaving you doubting yourself. Fourth, communication is shallow with them. Breadcrumbing happens when someone gives just enough kindness or positive feelings to keep you hooked on them. But the truth is that they're not really committed to nourishing your relationship. When we say their communication is superficial, it's because how they treat you changes depending on their mood or whims. They see no reason to bring depth to conversations with you, Instead, they simply want you around when it suits them. This is why sometimes they're super friendly, then out of nowhere, they're tough to deal with. Fifth, they have all sorts of excuses ready. They might make plans that you'll look forward to and promise you things. But then, they don't actually do them. And once you notice this pattern, they'll always have a pretty good excuse. They'll say things like, "I got so busy so I couldn't do it, but I'll handle it next time," or "I know I let you down, but I've been super stressed and swamped with a ton of projects. I hope you get it." Narcissists find it easy to create excuses for everything, but after a while, you'll notice that they all start to sound the same, like a broken record on repeat. It's almost like you could hit play and hear the same old excuses over and over again for why they didn't do what they promised. So now, we'll share some tips on how you can deal with this situation. To start with, leave no room for wishful thinking. Take a good look at the facts. If you find you're only on the narcissist's radar when it suits them, that's not much of a relationship. Know that real, healthy relationships are all about commitment, loyalty, and having each other's backs no matter what. But narcissists just don't work like that. You're basically there to meet their needs when they feel like it. And when they don't, you're forgotten. Also, think of yourself as a free agent. Stop looking for the narcissist's approval for your every decision and plan. Tell yourself, "I'm done with this. I won't let myself be used like this anymore. I have free will, and I want a relationship that's dependable and consistent." If this person still doesn't want to reciprocate, then a relationship just isn't in the cards. Stay determined to follow your plans and choices you've made, all without counting on the approval of the narcissist. You also really need to stop worrying so much about how they'll treat you based on how you act towards them. A narcissist's message is pretty straightforward. You're only valuable when they say so, and that value can change on a whim. Basically, you're like a tool to them. You're someone they can use for their own gain without considering your feelings or needs. Thinking things will just get better is usually pointless because narcissists rarely change. Instead, take a step back and think about your past interactions with them. Let these experiences help you see what's really going on when it comes to your relationship with the narcissist. And if you liked this video, then check out these related videos to see more. And make sure to subscribe and leave a comment saying "I subscribed," and we will personally reply to your comment.